Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the Grey. Today's video we're going to talk start collecting Warhammer 40,000, and today we're going to take a look at how to start a Leagues of Votann force with just 3 box sets. Now the box sets in question are going to be the brand new Boarding Patrol box set, which is soon to be released by Games Workshop, the Combat Patrol box set, and a Grimnyr on top of that as well. All of these box sets together will create a nice 1500 point army list that will get you on the table nice and quick, but also at a decent little saving. Generally, these Boarding Patrol and Combat Patrol boxes do have a little bit of a discount from buying all the kits individually, and especially if you go to your friendly local game store or some online retailers where they'll do anything from generally 5 to 25, even 30% off on some of these places, you'll find you get a really good discount at getting the models at this, and this will give you a really solid core fighting force to start with for your Leagues of Votann. Now in this video we're going to go through all the contents of the 3 different box sets that we're talking about here, and then show you that little sample army list at the end of the video. And so, to begin with, first of all, we have the Boarding Patrol, and this is led by an Einherjar champion. Einherjar champions are a dedicated close combat character. They do mortal wounds when they charge into enemies. They can give some reroll wound rolls of 1 to friendly Einherjar Hearthguard, which we also get in the box set, and we'll talk about in just a second, that are within 6 inch of them. Exo Armor means they're -1 damage for any attack that's allocated to them, and the Ram Shield means they're -1 to wound in melee as well. On top of this, they can have the option to teleport or have a 4-up invuln and a wounds characteristic of 6 instead of 5 as the other option. 2 main combat weapon options. The Darkstar Axe makes double the amount of attacks and stops the ability of enemies that would ignore wounds. Then you have the Mass Hammer, which is much more high powered, times 2 strength, -3 AP, damage D3 +3, effectively a power fist in all essence, but it is -1 to hit with such a weapon. Now I did mention joining the Einherjar champion, we have Einherjar Hearthguard. These are essentially Leagues of Votann Terminators. Weapon skill plus skill 3+, and a 2+ save. They've got 2 main weapon options of the Edekhan Plasma Guns, which is strength 8, -4 AP, damage 2 plasma weaponry. Vulcanite Disintegrators are the other option, a much weaker and no AP weapon, though they do have the ability to put out some mortal wounds. 2 main combat weapons, the Concussion Gauntlets, once again are the more powerful, or you can go with the Plasma Blade Gauntlets, which will generate you some extra attacks. They've got the options for the Weave Field or Teleport Crest on their Hessier, which is the unit champion as well, for either the teleportation rule for the unit or the ability of your Hessier to be that little bit more staying. Exo Armor is a rule for the unit as well, -1 damage on all of them regardless. Joining them, we have the Chthonian Berserks. These are a dedicated combat unit. Now, they have the options for either Concussion Walls, which are times 2 strength, -1 to hit, -3 AP, damage 3, or they can go with some Heavy Plasma Axe, which are really fun. They've got 2 weapon profiles, either striking at +1 strength, -3 AP, damage 2, or they go Strength User, which will be strength 5 still, -3 AP, damage 1, but they do make 2 hit rolls instead of 1 each time they make an attack with a weapon. So some really cool options there. You can get up to 6 attacks with a model when they're going to sweep, makes them excellent horde sweepers. They also have the option for 1 model in every 5 to have twin Concussion Gauntlets, which get them the Concussion Gauntlets like a similar profile at +3 strength, -2 AP, damage 2, but they will get an extra attack when they're fighting there. The Mole Grenade Launcher is a really interesting weapon they can bring to the table as well. Hunter D6, strength 5, -2 AP, damage 1, but it does have the indirect fire and blast weapon rules as well, and it can also target enemy units that are not visible to the unit. Lastly, we have the Hearthkin Warriors. They're a really fun troops choice. They are the only troops choice we have for the Leagues of Votann. They've got a variety of different special weapons they can take, from the L7 missile launcher, which is got its 2 weapon profiles of either a focus shot or a blast shot. You've got the Magna Rail Rifle, which is Hunter 1, strength 9, AP -4, damage D3 +3, but the Magna Rail rule actually means that damage carries over rather than stopping after killing a single model. You've got some other weaponry in there, and then you have 2 main gun options for the unit, either the Autok Pattern Bolters, which are Hunter 2, strength 4, -1 AP, damage 1, or you can go with the Iron Blasters, Hunter 1, 18-inch range, but they are strength 5, -2 AP, damage 2. On top of this, you've got some ways to negate damage, you've got ways to extend the reach of some of your Kindred Aura abilities, and you've also got the Panspectral Scanner, which can stop light cover working against your unit. On top of this, you've also got the ability for your unit's leader as well, the Thane, to have some cool close combat weaponry options like plasma swords. Now, the next box set we have to talk about is the Combat Patrol box set. Now, this box set has one multi-option model in it in the Carl, which could also be built as Votann the Destined, which is a named character. Now, the Carl has a lot of the same sort of things as Votann, so we'll talk mostly about Votann the Destined here, which is who we're going to use in our end army list. Votann the Destined has his Blade of the Ancestors, +1 strength, -4 AP, damage 2. That also has some mortal wound potential. His Kindred Hero Aura is reroll hit rolls of 1 for friendly Great Arthurian League Corps, or if this was a regular card, it would just be friendly League Corps of whatever league you choose to be from. His High Cull ability means in your command phase to select a friendly Great Arthurian League Corps or character within 6 inch, and they just get flat rerolls to hit. The Destined means each time an attack is allocated to him, it's -1 damage. He's got a 4-up invulnerable, and Grim Efficiency as well means he can add some extra judgment tokens around the table, and also Ancestral Fortune once per battle round by making a hit, wound, or saving throw for this model or a friendly Great Arthurian League unit within 6 inch. You can change the result of that to a 6. For any rules purposes, it'll always count as a 6. Now, he's, going to bring a lot to the table. He's going to get some extra commands where he's going to get 2 warlord traits for the price of 1, which is really cool. Ancestral Bearing and Experienced Eye there. For me, he's just a really fun and cool character to bring. And he's also got 2 tactical rocks instead of 1, so he's twice as tactically good. Now, joining him, we have a couple of units that we've already talked about here. The Hearthkin Warriors, we get another 10 for a second troop choice, and we get some more Chthonian Berserks to either add to our other unit or make a separate unit if we want to. The other different unit we get inside this box set is a fast attack choice, which are the jet bikes at the back called the Hearthkin Pioneers. Now, these models can have one heavy weapon in each of the unit, which can be a high-lass rotary cannon, iron beamer, which is really fun. These have a couple of different weapon profiles. The iron beamer is Hunter 2, strength 7, -2 AP, damage 2 beam. Beams are really cool, where they effectively hit everything in the line of fire. And the high-lass rotary cannon is Hunter 9, strength 6, -2 AP, damage 1. So some good output out of that weapon. Other than this, you're going to have the ability to stop your opponent getting both light and dense cover with some of the various upgrades, and indeed receive some of your Carl benefits thanks to the multi-wave comms array. Ranged Riders is a fun ability for them as well. At the start of the first battle round, they can make a normal move of up to 12 inch, though they have to stay 9 inch away from enemy units and 9 inch away from your opponent's deployment zone. And then lastly, we have the Grimnyr box set. Now, the Grimnyr box set actually comes with a Grimnyr and 2 Corv support units. These are really fun. Each time the model suffers a perils in the warp, if it contains one or more Corvs, you can destroy one of the Corvs instead of suffering from the perils of the warp. He's also got a 4-up invulnerable save on the Grimnyr himself, and his Regard Aura is going to allow you to add 1 to your combat attrition tests taken for friendly core units within 6 inch of him. Top of this is a 2 cast and 2 deny psychic power model, which is really fun. He's going to have access to a really nice psychic power lore that the Leagues of Votann have as well. And so here we have our sample army list for the Leagues of Votann. Now, we've gone for the Great Arthurian League. This is because we've taken Votann the Destined in our force. He's going to be our Warlord, taking both of his Warlord traits in there for Ancestral Bearing and Experienced Eye there. Now, we've also gone an Arcs of Omen detachment. This is just great at the current moment, really opens up how you want to play your army and what models you want to include. Also, it's probably pretty similar to how the more open Force Augur is going to work in 10th edition, so good to sort of get used to it now. Now, we've chosen Elites as our compulsory choice here, so we have to have 3 Elites. But then we also include, obviously, Votann, as mentioned. We've got a Lord Grimnyr, who's been upgraded to said model. Now, what this does is means you can additionally manifest 1 extra psychic power, and his Ancestral Judgment ability. Each time he attempts to manifest a psychic power, if the enemy is within a unit that's got a grudge token, if he's within 18 inch of one of those enemy units with that grudge token, he'll get an extra bonus +1 on his psychic test, which is really cool. We've got an Iron Hair champion who's got a mass hammer and also got the Yamas shield. This is really fun. It's just going to allow him to ignore some damage, but also place some extra judgment tokens on the table. Troops-wise, we've got 2 units of Hearthkin Warriors. We've got One of the Thanes is going to be equipped with a plasma axe and plasma pistol, and then the other one is just going to have the base iron blaster. Both units have the full array of stuff, so we've both got medipacks, panterstructural scanners, and multi-wave comms arrays, and then we've also got Magna rail rifles and plasma beamers in both units. Elites-wise, we have the Chthonian Berserks, one unit of each different weapon, both though equipped with mole grenade launchers and twin concussion gauntlet models. Then we've got the Hearthguard with plasma guns and plasma blade gauntlets, and lastly the Hurricane Pioneers with an ion beamer, scanner and searchlight in their units. If you've been playing with the Leagues of Votann, how would you use these box sets? Is there another character you would grab besides the Grimnyr to add to the force? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. And so that is the end of the video. We hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and drop a comment down below letting us know what you enjoyed about the video. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our great little community here, Sinful Gaming has a Discord server, and there is a link to that in the video's description. Also down in the video's description is the best ways to help support the channel, either by Patreon or YouTube members, or you can grab some merch for the channel from either our Ko-fi or Teespring stores. As a special thank you to everyone who does support via Patreon and YouTube members, we'd like to give them all a shout out. So thank you to our Patreons, Christian, Weir, Soren, Kendi Lyle, Outer and Shot First, Andrew Bowen, The Rising Ape, Q Dynamic, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Benjamin Swallows, Red Martin, Iron Grinch, Colorblind Magic, Grimscold, and Andy C. And to our YouTube members as well, Green Roots Gaming, Ronya Lockloric, The Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Wolfric Nick, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty Stabletop Terrain, Davis Weir, James Tillman, Gargamel196, and Disco. Lastly, a special thanks to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork for the channel, and indeed to all our sponsors and everyone who helps on the channel in any way, whether it's coming on and playing battle reports, or indeed our amazing Discord mods, keeping everything there a fantastic place. Thank you all once again for watching, everyone. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.